I love doing these videos because this is the kind of stuff that you really want to know. Now, obviously, if you've seen the title, you've clicked on it, you know this is a video about Maruti's plans for the rest of the year, for 2023. And if I can, I might slip in some other exclusive information maybe at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that, okay? It's big news if I can, sometimes sort of think if I can actually say it out loud or not. Nonetheless, Maruti's plans for 2023. Let's go. Okay, first and foremost, you know what's coming first. It's the Fronx. It's the weirdest named car probably that's ever been launched in India. Have there been any weirder names? I at least can't think of. Fronx, frog, ox, things happening, I don't even know. What it is basically a Baleno with sort of crossed up version. It's really not an SUV. Maruti should stop calling it an SUV because this time around I'm going to sort of really go out and say crossover hatchback, cross hatchback, really not an SUV. What it does sort of do is replace that little space left out by the S-Cross, and it's going to be a Nexa product. So when's it coming to India? Well, April 2023 is when it's going to be launched, when the prices are going to be out, and when you can walk into a showroom and actually drive one out, if of course the waiting period isn't too long. And I don't think this is going to have a really big waiting period because they've had about 3,000, 4,000 bookings or so far. So I don't think it's going to be one of those crazy cars that you can't get your hands on. Multiple engine options, of course, both manual and automatic, and no diesel engine option because it's Maruti, right? No diesel engines. But the big launch of the year, the one that everybody is waiting for, the one that all my friends who booked one have sent me their booking details and said, dude, you have to help us get this car early. Of course, that's the Chimney. Now, official market launch will be in May. We're going to drive Chimney sometime in late April. Fronx we're going to drive sometime in March and bring you reviews, etc. Chimney we're going to drive sometime in April, official market launch and price announcement in May. And that one you probably might have to wait a bit for because I don't really know how many cars Maruti is actually making. They said they're going to make a whole bunch of them so that the waiting period isn't very, very high at launch. But nonetheless, the demand for the Chimney is something that's quite high. People do want it. People want it as a second car. People want it as a bit of a toy. People want it as their primary car as well. It's something that a lot of people are going to end up buying, and a lot of people are going to end up modifying as well. Simple formula: rear-wheel drive when you don't really want all-wheel drive, or really four-wheel drive with a nice big chunky lever to put that four-wheel drive into action. It's got a 1.5 litre engine, naturally aspirated of course. You can get a 5-speed manual or the older 4-speed automatic. A lot of people have said, why not the 6-speed? Maruti was very, very clear. Their primary function for the Chimney is to ensure it is super reliable, and that 4-speed gearbox is literally bulletproof. Yes, it might be from like a few years ago, many years ago, last decade, while ago, but it is still absolutely reliable. I have heard of no failures or no issues on that gearbox. So Chimney is definitely something that is worth waiting for, but we already knew this, we've already discussed this. So what else is coming out from Maruti later this year? Well, for one, they're going to have a bit more of CNG in their range, so I'm guessing maybe a Chimney CNG, maybe a Fronx CNG, who really knows? I mean, they've done a Grand Vitara CNG, isn't it? And the Grand Vitara is their flagship product. So, a few more CNG options coming your way for people who want one. But, talking about flagship products, Maruti will soon have a new big flagship product. The biggest Maruti Suzuki ever. So yeah, bigger than the Grand Vitara, definitely bigger than the Ciaz. It is of course the Maruti version of the Innova, which will be launched sometime later this year, August, maybe early September, maybe a little bit before that, just in time for that festive season to kick in. That's when that car is going to be here. Of course, it's going to have a new face. The sort of badge engineered versions of the two Maruti and Toyota cars have sort of changed into more evolved versions. So like a new face, a new bumper, a new wheel, stuff like that, a new identity for that car. It's of course going to have the same powertrain, it's going to have the same comfort levels. Maybe the interior will be a little bit different compared to what the Toyota Innova High Cross gets. But again, a 30+ lakh maybe on-road Maruti Suzuki That's something that we've never ever seen before. So it's going to be interesting to see how people take to that. Or maybe they're going to do a cut price version of the high cross and aim it more towards the fleet markets. You never really know, do you? But that's something that we're definitely looking forward to driving. Now, I mentioned earlier that I knew something that isn't happening in 2023 that I might sort of sneak in, right? How many of y'all are waiting for the next Swift or Desire? Not happening in 2023, I can say that. Will happen in 2024. Will happen sometime early in 2024, but not as early as, say, we are right now. Or maybe we'll see the car as early as we are right now. But India launched maybe a little bit after where we are right now, fast forwarded by 365 days. So I've given enough hints. I'm not going to say more. So the Desire obviously will be still based on the Swift like it always has been. It will still continue to be a sub 4 meter sedan, a sub compact sedan, and it will sort of come, I'm guessing, before the Swift really will come to India. And again, just like with the last generation or the generation before that, the global showcase of the Desire will be in India. Suzuki for India is hugely important both ways, right? We need Suzuki to be here to give us affordable mass market cars, and Suzuki needs the Indian market to, well, sustain, to exist. So the Desire is going to be here probably before the Swift, and both these cars will be here in the first quarter of the next year. I'm not going to say much more, like engine options, stuff like that. We'll get to that when we get a little bit more details about these two cars. But for now, this is what we know about Maruti's plans for 2023, asterisk, into bracket, and a couple of months in 24. What do you think? What's the one that you are looking most forward to? Tell me in the comment section and we'll discuss it. Let's have an argument if you don't like those cars. Let's have a nice discussion if you do in the comment section, guys. See you there.